I really believe that anyone with a whistle can make somebody sweat. I really do. But can you build a relationship for those guys? You've seen the room. They don't leave the room when they're done working out. I truly embraced every place I was at. I think a lot of people get caught up in looking down the line, and when you're looking down the line, you can't focus on what you got going on right now. So I really impacted and embraced what I had going on at Clark Atlanta, what I had going on at Melbourne High School, what I had going on at Cheney University. And I could tell a young coach, if you're listening to that, a young intern, a young strength coach we got going on, make the place you're at the best. Be the best you can be that day and that day while you're at that place. And I promise you, I'm living testimony of it. You will be blessed.
All right, guys, we are in sunny Miami, Florida, home of the Miami Hurricanes, the U. We're going to see Gus Felder at the University of Miami, and got a chance to get to know Gus several years back, and just one of the most humble and genuine guys. I mean, I've met a lot of coaches that have made it, and this guy is the type of guy that anytime you talk to him, the first thing he's going to always point to is some mentor of his, somebody that has contributed to his career or his faith. We're going to see some great training today. We're going to see a phenomenal staff and walk away here a better coach today.
What's up, man?
Good to see you, man.
Welcome to the U, mate.
Awesome. I'm excited to watch you work today, brother.
Big travel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. How you been?
Let's go on a quick tour of the room. 11,500 square feet of space, which is great for us. We don't walk in the weight room. From station to station, we're jogging. You can't walk and around. So the space that we have is awesome. And then the flow of the room is even better. Right away, you see 10 hammer strength glute hams, 10 of our spin bikes. And then we get into, as you walk through, all of our plate loading equipment. All right, all of our pulls. Got to be able to pull more than you can press.
Variety.
Pull downs, high rows, regular ISO rows, and we have low rows. Woodway treadmills, and we utilize these at the start of every phase that we go through. Still have some store neck pieces in the room. These pieces have been in the room when we got here. These are great pieces, so we will never get rid of these pieces here. Our dumbbell area, but it's open air. We do a lot of dumbbell work over here, and within our program, a lot of pressing, a lot of pulling. This right here is our plyo area. Our racks are new. They're probably about, I want to say 4 months old. 20 total stations, 10 full racks. All right, then we come out here, we have 2 turf fields. This right here is called our small turf. We have an 80-yard field over there, 90 if you include the end zone.
We all go into coaching because we played sports and things along those lines, but what is it about coaching? What is a good coach?
Someone who can make an impact in someone's lives. Like I said, we're all blessed with certain abilities and talents, and at times we take them for granted and hold them into ourselves. And we're supposed to, as Christians, take our talents and bless other people with them. And that's what a good coach does. He actually impacts a student athlete's life, a person's life, not just a student athlete, but coaches you're working with, peers, janitors, everyone in the room. If you can be a positive influence in their lives somehow, some way, I think then you're reaching people for the right reason.
It's not easy to be married and have kids in this profession.
Oh, it's not.
What advice do you kind of give your interns, your young coaches now that are facing a lot of those issues, that you face throughout?
just having a drive and a passion, and then having that support in the support system from my wife. You know, it's tough being a coach, and it's even tougher being a coach's wife. We're never home. Sometimes we can be looked at as caring more about other kids than your own kids. You know, my kids are honor students, and I owe that all to my wife. Sure. Because she's the one home tutoring them and teaching them, and I make sure, I told you this earlier, I make sure that my wife and I go out every weekend. Even if it's just a drive, we drive and just sit in the lounge just to talk. We'll drive and go through a drive-thru. We're trying to eat cleaner now, but we would drive and go through a drive-thru and sit in the parking lot and just talk and hang out, because I have to communicate with her. I need her support, because without her, what we're doing right now, we wouldn't be where we are. We've been at the lowest low. We've been through some of the darkest days possible as a couple. We have to be willing to, just like in a job, you have to be willing to adapt and adjust and communicate. That's why if you can't adapt and adjust and communicate, you're going to struggle. So any young coach coming through, you have to be able to communicate well with different people you're working with. You have to be able to adjust to different personalities and different ideas. And that's just like in a marriage. You got to be able to adjust and adapt to what's going on. If you can't make those sacrifices and adjust and adapt, you're going to struggle big time.
You faced a lot of the same issues, you know, maybe some of these kids have faced. I mean, being young, being in a relationship, having kids, you know, growing up and you know, it wasn't as great of a part of Philly.
It was bad.
You know, it wasn't a great part of town. You know, how are you able to help them take their bad situations that they come from and flip that up, flip that around to be this productive person in life?
It's all a mindset. It's all a mindset. We can use our situation as a motivation or as a stressor. I can look at a situation like, I can sit here and everybody talks to me, they call me Gospel Gus sometimes, all right, it's funny. Because you come to me with a bad situation, we're gonna try to look at the blessings you have outside the situation.
When you're that young coach at Clark Atlanta, at these high schools, and you know you're looking at places like Miami, you're wishing that you could be at a place like that. You're up against this sea of coaches. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of coaches. What makes you unique? I mean, what separates you from any other strength coach out there?
My passion for coaching the individual life, I think. I mean, I know we all say we do that, but I really, really get a joy out of coaching the life, changing a person. I really believe that anyone with a whistle can make somebody sweat. I really do. But can you build a relationship for those guys? You've seen the room. They don't leave the room when they're done working out. We get after it a little bit. They don't leave them. They want to stay and hang out and talk. Right. They want to talk with their girlfriend. They want to talk about, their dinner. They want to talk about everything possible so they can stay around and be around me. And that's what me being me separates me, I believe. I truly embrace every place I was at. Yeah. I think a lot of people get caught up in looking down the line, and when you're looking down the line, you can't focus on what you got going on right now. So I really impacted and embraced what I had going on at Clark Atlanta, what I had going on at Melbourne High School, what I had going on at Cheney University. Make the place you're at the best. Be the best you can be that day and that day while you're at that place. And I promise you, I'm living testimony of it. You will be blessed.
Well, man, this has freaking been awesome. I've had so much fun. Get a chance to watch you train, and more importantly, just to get the opportunity to interact with a fellow brother in Christ, a fellow brother in strength, and just to see things being done the right way.
Appreciate you, and keep doing what you're doing for the profession.
Appreciate it, brother.
See you later.
See you, bud.
Much love, always.
Man, what an awesome day. We got a chance to watch some training, visit a phenomenal facility, and most importantly, got a chance to get to know Gus Felder on a much deeper level. An amazing coach, an amazing person, a guy that's putting faith, family, and football in the right order, in the right setting, and just doing it the right way all the way across the board. And so make sure you follow us on social media. I'll see you next time.